Hi everybody, thank you for joining me today. So today's video we're going to be working on this Mojo Monday sketch, and I decided to use my punches again, and I've already pre-punched out everything. You can pause here, cut out your stuff, and come join me at the table, okay? So we're going to be using, I got a 6x6 pad from, I want to say, my bestie Beatrice. Oh, I'm just pointing there to the sketch up in the right hand corner, so it is going to be there. But I'm wanting to use this Julie Nutting or Nuding, who knows. I was trying to see what year this was, but it's not on the actual pad itself. But I wanted to use this paper collection because pinks are my favorite color, and I figured it was appropriate as we get closer to February. I can, change some of these up on our sketches and make them Valentine's Day cards. But for right now, one of the punch sizes, the 2¼ size circle punch. I didn't have a regular punch. I have a scalloped punch. So I decided to make one of the edges scalloped, and it still works. So we're going to move everything over and start to put this all together. So this particular sticker book is from my stash. I don't have the paper collection that goes with it. And I was like, you know what? These kind of go. They're in the same pink tones. The flowers may be a little different or a little bit bigger, but I was like, I can make this work. So I took this butterfly paper. I'm going to lay down where I want the strip to go. And then we're going to trim the edges. I just, held it up there so I could see if I had it straight or if it was wonky. And then we're going to turn it back over. And I had some peel-offs that I wanted to use, and I'm using the straight peel-offs. These doesn't have the different sizes. It's all the same size, so it's the same width. And I'm just gonna take the bottom edge and go straight across, and then I'm gonna split this piece, and I'm gonna put each end with a little bit hanging over to like wrap around. Because in the center is really gonna be covered with all the circles. So it's not going to matter. So if you have little pieces, that's why if you ever watch Christy Marcotte, she saves a lot of those little pieces, because you can do stuff like that and have it look like it's going all the way across, and it's not, and that way you don't waste anything. So once we got our pieces on, we're going to go ahead and attach this to our matte paper, which is at 4 3/8 by 5, nope, wrong. Yeah, 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Okay, and then the pattern paper, the butterfly paper, was cut at 4 inches by 5 1/4. So when I laid down the circles, you could see all the patterns were kind of blending in. So to create definition, since I wasn't putting any matte pages underneath these, I wanted to ink up my edges. So I'm using Distress Ink Black Soot. And when I go to put it down, it's going to have a nice edge going around that particular pattern. So that way it separates it from the bottom pattern paper. Because, that's kind of the problem when you're using a lot of different patterns, is that sometimes there's no separation. It'll just look like a lot of busyness, you know what I mean? So that's why I will use mattes, or I will ink my edges. All right. So, and these, I'm just gluing them straight down. I'm not trying to do anything crazy, but if you wanted to, you could do pop-up dots. You could do foam squares. And what I would do is like maybe the first one flat, the second one level, and then the third one that goes on top of both, I would do 2 levels of like foam squares or whatever. So that way that would be the highest one, and that would give a lot of dimension. Now on these, I didn't do that on either one, but that's always something that you can think about when you're working on your cards. All right, we're just going to go ahead and put that down. And then inside the sticker book, They do have some individual flowers and leaves. And since I already did sort of like a pre-tester one, I already know exactly which one I want to use. So in the sticker book, you get 2 pages of each style of stickers, whatever they are. So I just went to the second page, got the same pieces, and we're going to create a little flower cluster. So that little pink flower that's sitting on top, that is another sticker. So it's 2 flower stickers and 2 leaves, one medium, one small. And then I'm just going to put some foam squares on the back. That's what I'm doing right now, because this piece I do want to lift up off the page. Okay, we're just putting our foam squares. And I like how that looks. So we're going to go ahead before I put that piece on, because it'll be way easier to do the attaching to the card base. I'm going to go ahead and tape up and use my art glitter glue, which will give me a little bit of time to wiggle it around if I need to readjust. That's why I use both the wet glue and the tape, okay? It's something that I always suggest, and I always tell people, because I do get questions sometimes about why I do that. It's literally because sometimes I get the crookeds. Is it the crooksies? Where you lay it down and no matter what you do, it doesn't go on straight. And having that little bit of time, it's really important. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and attach our sentiment. And then we're going to take the backing pieces off of our flower and attach them to the card. Now, at this point, you could add sequins, you could add Nuvo drops, you could add gems, you could add a lot of different things. I didn't add anything to these particular cards. I left them pretty simple. You could even do a little bit of splatter. I mean, really, there's a lot you can do to add to this, okay? I just want to say thank you guys so much for joining me today. I know the videos have been kind of hit and miss lately, but please understand that, sometimes the struggle is real, okay? And it's almost like the well ran dry, and I'm trying to get the creative mojo back to flowing again and getting these videos out to you guys, okay? So bear with me, stick with me, and I hope you guys had a great new year, a safe new year, and I'll look forward to seeing you with our next video.